Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing great. So we have already discussed basic of numbers 1. So this class is also the extension or the next class of numbers, which is basic of numbers 2. So whatever we have discussed in basic of numbers 1, we are going to use it also in basic of numbers 2. So both of these classes are you can say can be clubbed together, or they are one another's part. So it is part of number systems only. So what we are going to study today is, or what we have studied till now in numbers is going to be is what classification of numbers, how numbers can be classified, followed by divisibility rules we have discussed, and after that we have discussed some of the questions based on divisibility rules and some standard questions of classification and all we have discussed. So today we are going to start from where we have left in the last class. I have given you a homework question, so I will start from there only, from that homework question, and then we will start our discussion of numbers, to where we are going to discuss HCF, LCM, factors, and all of these things, models of HCF, LCM. We are going to discuss here in this chapter, basic of numbers 2. Okay, so let's start basic of numbers 2. So we'll be starting with that question itself, which I have given you for the homework. So I have given you the question: find the number of divisors of 1296 excluding 1 and itself. I have given you this question as a homework after studying factors. So we have studied the factors also in the last class, and after that we have I have given you this question. So I hope most of you have tried and got the right answer. So what we need to find out, find the number of divisors of 1296. Divisors means all those numbers which divides 1296, and all those numbers which divide 1296 are the factors of 1296. So we need to find out the number of factors of 1296 excluding 1 and itself. For excluding 1, because 1 is going to be the factor of every number, obviously every natural number, and number itself is also the factor of it. So excluding 1 and itself, how many factors are there? And we have discussed in the last class how to find out the total number of factors just by first prime factorization of the number. So first we need to prime factorize 1296, and after prime factorization of 1296, what I will get? 2 to the power 4 into 3 to the power 4. We have discussed in the last class how to do this prime factorization. First we will try to divide the number by 2, and we will divide it until it is divisible by 2, and then try for next prime number 3, and then for 5, and so on. So it is divisible 4 times by 2 and 4 times by 3. So this number is going to be 2 to the power 4 into 3 to the power 4. And after doing prime factorization, what need to be done to find the total number of divisors or the total number of factors of this number? We need to multiply the powers of the given prime factors after adding 1 to them. So what are the prime factors available here? 2 and 3. So two prime factors are available here, 2 and 3. And what is the power of these prime factors? Power of 2 is 4, and power of 3 is also 4. So 4 plus 1 will become 5, and 4 plus 1 will become 5. So it is going to be 5 into 5, 25. So total number of factors of 1296 or 1296, or the total number of divisors of 1296 is going to be 25. But what has been asked in the question, find the number of divisors or the number of factors of 1296 excluding 1 and itself. So excluding 1 and itself means we have to subtract 2 from this 25. So answer is going to be 25 minus 2, 23. Because in these 25 factors, 1 and 1296 is also present. So we need to subtract those factors or those divisors from 25. So 25 minus 2, answer is 23. I hope most of you have got the right answer. Okay, now let's begin with basic of numbers 2. So let's start with a question. So we are going to do some standard question directly. So just have a look at it. Just try this question for 30 seconds. I hope you all have read the question till now, and most of you have got the answer to this question also. So what is the question? Find the units digit in the result of the multiplication given in the question. So what is the multiplication given? 2565 into 652 into 56 into 9. So whenever we want to get the unit digit, we only need to multiply unit digit, need not to multiply whole of the number. For example, I want the unit digit of 256 into 725. So I only need to multiply 6 and 5 because 6 is the last digit of first number and 5 is the last digit of other number. 6 into 5 last digit is 6 into 5 is 30, last digit is going to be 0. 3 will go to carry. So answer will become 0. So if I want to get the unit digit, I am only concerned with the unit digit, need not to get to tens digit, 100 digit and so on. So in this question, I need to find out the unit digit of this number, of this multiplication of this number. So I am only concerned with the unit digit. So what I need to do, I need to only consider the unit digit of all these four numbers. So what is the unit digit of 2565? It is 5. What is the unit digit of 652? It is 2. What is the unit digit of 56? It is 6, and 9 is already at the unit place, so it is 9. So now we need to multiply only unit digit to get the answer. So 6 into 5, 6 into 9 is going to be 54. So last digit of 6 into 9 is 4, and 5 into 2 is going to be it is going to be 10. So last digit is 0. So 0 into 4 is going to be 0. So answer coming out to be 0. I hope this is clear to everyone how to do this question, but need not to do it like this. Whenever we have 5 in the unit digit of any number in multiplication, here we need to find out the unit digit of 2565 into 652 into 56 into 9. Now we have 5 in one of the number in the units place. So if we have 5 in one of the number in units place, then 5 multiplied by any even number will give you 0, and 0 multiplied by anything will always be 0, right? So in this question, one of the unit digit of one of the number is 5 and the unit digit of one of the number is 2, and 5 into any even number, 5 into 2, 5 into 4, 5 into 6, 5 into any even number will give you 0 as its unit digit. You can see it, 5 2s are 10, unit digit 0, 5 4s are 20, unit digit 0, 5 6 are 30, unit digit 0. So if 5 is multiplied by any even number, unit digit comes out to be 0, and 0 if multiplied by anything, answer has to be 0. So without solving, directly by seeing the example, you can say in one of the number there is 5 in the units place, and in one of the number there is a even number which is 2 in the units place, and 5 into even number, answer is 0. 0 multiplied by anything, answer comes out to be 0. Need not to do it for all of them. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, next question. Find the unit digit in the result of the multiplication given in each question. So what is the question here? 3 to the power 15 into 5 to the power 12 into 9 to the power 45. Okay, right. Now again the same logic is can be applied here. 5 to the power anything, last digit comes out to be 5 only. We can do it by example also. 5 to the power 1, last digit is 5. 5 to the power last digit is 5 to the power is 25. So last digit is again 5. 5 to the power 3 is 125, last digit again is 125. 5 to the power 4 is 625, last digit again is 5. 5 to the power 5 is 3125, last digit is again is 5. So 5 की power anything, last digit or unit digit is always 5, and 5 multiplied by any even number, last digit is going to be 0. But here 3 to the power something, 3 is odd number, odd to the power something is always odd, last digit. 9 is again odd, odd to the power anything is again odd. So what we can say here, 5 into odd number, 5 into even number will always give you 0. What 5 into odd number will give you? 5 into odd number will always give you what? 5 into odd number always give you 5 only. 5 into 3 is 15, last digit 5. 5 into 5 is 25, last digit is 5. 5 into 5, whatever you do, whenever you multiplied 5 with any odd number, last digit comes out to be 5, and whenever you multiplied 5 with any even number, last digit comes out to be 0. So I hope this is clear. The answer to this question is again has to be 5. But why 5? Again, just let's revise what we have discussed. We have discussed only two things here. 5, whenever multiplied with any even number, will always give you last digit as 0, and 0 multiplied by anything, answer is always 0, or last digit is always 0. Similarly, 5 when multiplied by any odd number will always give you 5 as the unit place. So 5 multiplied by anything will going to give you either 0 or 5. 0 when it is multiplied by even, and odd when it is multiplied by 5, and 5 when it is multiplied by odd number. So here 5 is multiplied by some odd number, so answer will always remain 5 only. I hope it is clear. So answer is option number 1, 5. Okay, let's move further. Just try to solve this question you have done in this your previous classes. Most of you know the concept. Just try for 15 seconds. This is more of a theoretical question. If you know it, you know the answer. No need not to calculate anything. So no time will be wasted in such kind of question. You just need to know the logic. What is the logic? So question here is find the face value of 9 in 4369. So you need to remember what is the face value. Face value is going to be that digit only in that place. So in 4369 the face value of 9 is 9 only. For example, if I ask you what is the face value of 4 in this 4369, it is going to be 4 only, right? There are two concepts, face value and place value. Place value is something else which we will discuss in the subsequent question. Here only face value is asked. What is face value? Face value is going to be the that digit only. So if I ask you what is the face value of 3 in 4369, answer is 3 only. I hope it is clear. And what is the face value of 9 here? 9, the face value of 9 is going to be 9 only. So answer is 9, choice 3. So just a mere fact, which if you know this fact, then you can answer the question. So answer is 9, option 3. Next question. Again, the location value or the place value. Location value, place value, one and the same thing. Find the location value of 6 in 6247539. So you need to find out the location value here or the place value. So how to find out the place value? To get the place value of 6 here, you need to first find out in which place 6 is there. So 9 is at units place, 3 is at tens place, 5 is at hundreds place, 7 is at thousand place, 4 is at 10,000 place, 2 is at 1 lakh place, and 6 is at 10 lakh place. So if 6 is at 10 lakh place, and to get the place value of this number, its place is 10 lakh place, but the place value is its place into the digit at that place. So the digit at that 10 lakh place is 6. So 6 into 10 lakh is going to be my answer, which is 60 lakhs. So answer is choice 2, 60 lakh. This is the location value or the place value. Again, how to find out the location value or place value? We need to multiply the given digit at the given place by its place value. So what is 6? 6 is at the 10 lakh place. So 10 lakh into 6 is going to be its place value. Okay. Next, just try this question now. Just try to get the answer in 20 seconds. I hope most of you have got the answer. Find the place value of 8 in 49568. 8 is at units place or ones place. So 8 into 1 is going to be my its place value. So 8 into 1 is answer is going to be 8 or option 2. So there is a minute difference between face value and place value. Face value is going to be that digit only at that place, and the place value is going to be the product of the digit and its place with at which place it is. So the product of that is going to be the place value. I hope the difference between place value and face value is clear to all of you. Okay. Next is HCF LCM. So let's start HCF LCM. This is very big topic. So we are going to discuss this in our whole of this chapter, whole of this class now. So, and it is very important also for your examination. So just start the HCF and LCM. So first, before starting, what do you mean by HCF and what do you mean by LCM? Before HCF and LCM, HCF is what is the full form of HCF and LCM? It is highest common factor, and the full form of LCM is least common multiple. So in HCF it is factor, in LCM it is multiple. Before starting HCF LCM, just try to get the idea of what is the difference between factor and multiple. So first we are going to discuss what is the difference between factor and multiple. Till now we have discussed what are factors. We have discussed what are factors in our last session. So what is factor? Factor are all those numbers, factors are all those numbers which divides our given number. For example, factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. So factors of 6 are going to be 1, 2, 3, 6. 4 factors of 6 are there. So factors are all those numbers which divides our given number. Now what is multiple? What is the difference between factor and multiple? Are these two same or different? They are entirely different. So what is multiple? Multiples are going to be those numbers which are multiple of our given number, or which which can be divided by our given number. So there's a minute difference between factor and multiple. Factors are all those numbers from which our number can be divided or given number can be divided, and multiples are all those numbers which can be divided by our given number. So which can be divided by our number is going to be multiples. So for example, if I ask you what are the multiples of 6, it is going to be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48 and so on. There are so many multiples of this number. I hope it is clear to everyone what is the difference between HCF and LCM. Oh sorry, what is the difference between factor and multiple. So what is factor? Factor is going to be all those numbers which can divide our given number, and multiple is going to be all those numbers by which our given number to which our given number can divide those numbers. So for 6 factors was 1, 2, 3, 6, and for 6 multiples was 6, 12, 18 and so on. So what is the common between factor and multiple? Yes, 6 itself is factor also and multiple also of itself. So the number itself is factor as well as multiple of itself. So any number in this world is going to be its factor also and its multiple also. I hope the difference between factor and multiple is clear to everyone. Now we will discuss one by one what is HCF and what is LCM. So first starting with LCM. What is LCM? Lowest common multiple or least common multiple is called as LCM. So what is this least or smallest common multiple? Least or smallest common multiple of any two or more given numbers are termed as LCM. So for example, let's discuss this by an example. Suppose there is a number 6 and there is a number 12. So what is the least common multiple? Least common multiple means it has to be the multiple of 6 as well as the 12 also. So if we have 6 and 12, we need to find out the least common multiple between both of them. So it has to be the multiple of 6 as well as simultaneously that number has to be the multiple of 12, and it has to be as small as possible. That's why we need to find out least common multiple. So what is the least, what are the multiples of 6? It is going to be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30 and so on. And what are the multiples of 12? It starts from 12 itself. 12, 24 and so on. So what is the least common multiple? The number which is the multiple of 6 as well as 12 is going to be 12 only. 12 is the multiple of 6 as well as 12 is the multiple of 12 also, and it is the least common multiple between both of them. So this is going to be our LCM. I hope it is clear to everyone. So least common multiple is the multiple which is common to all the given numbers, whether there are two numbers or more numbers are given. So it has to be common of for both. That is our least common multiple, right? For example, if I ask you what is the least common multiple of 3 and 5, so the multiples of 3 are what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 and so on. And the multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20 and so on. So what is the common multiple between, first common multiple between 3 and 5? It is going to be 15 only. So 15 is going to be our answer in this case. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay, let's discuss HCF. What is highest common factor? So now we want that factor which is highest and common also between the given numbers. The largest or the greatest factor common to any two or more given natural numbers is termed as the HCF of the given numbers. Also it is called as GCD, greatest common divisor. Sometimes in some question you will find GCD of the given number. GCD and HCF both are same. Need not to worry about it, whether it is greatest common divisor or the highest common factor, because factor is something that is a divisor, that acts as a divisor. So now what is highest common factor? So largest or the greatest common factor. Suppose again let's take an example. So let's take the same example of 6 and 12. Suppose I have two numbers 6 and 12. I need to find out the highest common factor between both of them. So we want that number that is a factor of 6 as well as the factor of 12, and it should be as high as possible or as large as possible. So what are the factors of 6? It is going to be 1, 2, 3 and 6. That's it. What are the factors of 12? It is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So what is the common factors between them? 1 is also common, 2 is also common, 3 is also common, 6 is also common between them. But what number we want? Which common factor we want? We want the largest common factor between both of them. So the largest common factor between both of them is going to be 6, because 6 is the common factor. This is the factor of 6 as well as of the 12 also, and it is the largest common or the highest common factor. So in case of HCF, we are going to find out that factor which is highest and common to all the given numbers, two or more numbers. And in case of least common multiple, we need to find out that multiple of the given numbers which is least as well as common to the given number. So this is the basic difference between HCF and LCM of two or more numbers. I hope the definitions are very clear to all of you. So how to find out HCF and LCM? So there are two methods to calculate HCF and LCM of the given numbers. First method is factorization method. So just let's see the factorization method. Suppose we need to find out the HCF and LCM of 6 and 12 by using factorization method. So what we will do first, we will just factorize 6 and 12. Prime factorization we have studied in the last class. So what are the prime factors of 6? It is going to be 2 into 3 into 1. And what are the prime factors of 12? It is going to be prime, after doing prime factorization, we'll be getting 2 into 3 into 1 into 2. So this is the prime factorization of 12 and 6. So in factorization method, first we will do the prime factorization of the given numbers. And now what is LCF of these two numbers? HCF is going to be the multiplication of all the common factors of the given numbers. So in 6 and 12, what are the common multiples or common factors? It is 2 into 3 into 1. 2, 3 and 1 both are common to both. So 2 into 3 into 1, which is 6, is going to be the highest common factor. And in case of LCM, what we need to do? We will first multiply the common factors between them, and after that we will multiply the uncommon part also. So first we will multiply the common part and then we will multiply the uncommon part. So what is common between these two, 6 and 12? It is 2 into 3 into 1. And what is uncommon? It is going to be 2 again, because 2 is there only in 12. So we will multiply that 2 also. So 2 into 3 into 1 into 2 is going to be 12, which is the LCM. Again, I am explaining what is this factorization method. First we will do prime factorization of the given number, followed by what is HCF. HCF is going to be the multiplication. One time we will multiply the common factors between them. And in case of LCM, one time we will multiply the common factor between them, followed by the multiplication of uncommon factors also, which is present in only one or only two of them. Okay, I hope it is clear. So this is factorization method to calculate HCF and LCM. Next, we will get to know the long division method to calculate HCF and LCM. So there is one more method to calculate HCF and LCM, which is called as long division method. So let's look at an example. Find the LCM and HCF of 84 and 126. You need to find out the LCM and HCF of the two numbers 84 and 126. First, we can do it by factorization method also, by prime factorization, and then multiplying common factors. We will be getting HCF, multiplying common factor once followed by uncommon, we will be getting LCM. That is one of the method. Now we are going to see one more method to calculate the LCM and HCF of the given number using long division. So first we will see HCF, how to calculate HCF of these two numbers by long division method. How we are going to calculate? We will divide the bigger number by smaller number. So between 84 and 126, which number is big? 126 is going to be big as compared to 84. So we will divide 126 by 84. So 84 ones are 84. Remainder comes out to be 42. Now whatever be the remainder, it will become divisor for the next division. First let's get idea what is divisor, what is dividend. Divisor is that quantity from which we divide something. So 84 here is divisor in this case, and what is dividend? Dividend is something which is being divided. So we are dividing 126, it is going to be the dividend. What is quotient? Quotient is the answer which comes out after division. 1 here is the quotient. What is remainder? Which is dividend, which whatever is left out is called as the remainder. And what is the relationship between them? It is going to be dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Just write down here, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Once more I am telling you, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So dividend here is 126, is equal to divisor here is 84, quotient here is 1 and remainder here is 42. So 84 into 1 plus 42 is equal to 126 and it will come out the same thing only. Okay, so this relation is very important. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So now let's move on to our question only. So this was just a gyan. So what is the LCM and HCF between of 84 126? How to do it? We will divide the bigger number by the smaller number. Between 84 and 126, 126 is bigger, so we will divide 126 by 84. 84 ones are 84, remainder is 42. Whatever be the remainder in the first case, it is now going to be divisor, and whatever be the divisor in the first case, it will now become the dividend. So 84 here will become the dividend and 42 now will become the divisor. Now we will divide 84 by 42. We will do this process until remainder becomes 0, and whenever remainder becomes 0, the divisor at that time is going to be my HCF. So we will keep doing in this format only. So 42 to the 84, remainder turns out to be 0 and we will stop here. And whatever be the divisor in this case is going to be our HCF or highest common factor. So this is the method of finding out HCF between two numbers by using long division method. So I am just again repeating it, again just solving it for you, those who have not got the idea. What has to be done if we need to find out the HCF of two numbers by long division method? We will divide the bigger number by the smaller number. 84 ones are 84, remainder comes out to be 42. So whatever be the remainder that comes out in first part is going to be the divisor for the next division, and whatever be the divisor in the first division, it is going to be the dividend in the next division. So 84 will come in the dividend and 42 is divisor. Now we will keep doing this up till remainder becomes 0. So 42 to the 84, remainder turns out to be 0, and whenever remainder turns out to be 0, whatever be the divisor at that time is going to be our HCF in that case. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, so this is the long division approach to do this, to find out the HCF. Next, what is long division approach to solve LCM? Same question, 84 and 126. Suppose we need to find out their LCM by using the division approach. So this is something which we are doing from last so many classes. So now we need to divide. We will just take 84 and 126 simultaneously and keep dividing them by first prime number followed by second and so on. So we will first divide them by 2. So 242, 242 is 84, 263 is 126. We will keep dividing them by 2 is till the time one of them is divisible by 2. So here 42 is divisible by 2, 63 is not divisible, it's okay. But 42 is divisible by 2, we will again divide 42 by 2. So 221s are 42, 63 will remain as it is. Now neither 21 nor 63 is divisible by 2. We will try next prime factor. Next prime factor is 3. Now we will divide 3 by 3, both of them. 3 7s are 21, 3 21s are 63. Again 7 is not divisible by 3, but 21 here is divisible by 3, so we have to divide it by 3 only. 7 will come out as it is, and 3 7s are 21, 7. So now they are not divisible by 5, so we will try next prime factor, which is 7. So 7 ones are 7. So now what is the answer? Answer is the multiplication of all of these divisors. So 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7 is my LCM, or 4 into 9 into 7 will become my LCM, which is 252. I hope this method, most of you know this method to get the LCM of the given numbers. Okay, clear? So these are the basic methods to get the HCF and LCM of the given numbers. Now what is the relationship between LCM and HCF? HCM and HCF is equal to product of two numbers. We need to remember this relationship. LCM and to HCF, or the product of LCM and HCF is going to be equal to that of the product of two numbers, and it is only and only applicable for two numbers, not more than two numbers. You cannot say LCM into HCF is equal to product of three numbers or four numbers. No, it's not like that. It is only applicable for two numbers. If there are two numbers, then LCM into HCF is equal to product of two numbers. I hope it is clear to everyone. Next, fractions. Suppose there are fractions given in the question and you need to find out the LCM and HCF of fractions, or in points, decimal something is given. So it will become really difficult for us to get the LCM and HCF. To get the LCM and HCF of integer is very simple by using the two methods which we have discussed just now. So but to get the HCF and LCM of fractions is going to be a challenge for us. So how to get the LCM of fractions? Just get the LCM of numerators and get the HCF of denominator. So LCM of fractions is equal to LCM of numerators of all the fractions divided by HCF of denominators of all the fractions. And to get the HCF of fraction, it is going to be just get the HCF of all the numerators and divided by LCM of all the denominator. In case of LCM, we will take the LCM of numerator. In case of HCF, we will take the HCF of numerator. And the reverse is going to be for denominator, to remember this thing. Okay, just take the example to understand the LCM and HCF of fraction. Just have an example. Find the respective values of LCM and HCF of the following numbers or fraction. So we have just got the example. There are three fractions given: 5 by 6, 4 by 7 and 6 by 11, and we need to find out their respective LCM and HCF. So how to do that? How to find out their respective LCM and HCF? To get the LCM, we know that the formula to calculate LCM of fractions is going to be LCM of all the numerators divided by HCF of all the denominators. So in this case, given fractions are 5 by 6, 4 by 7 and 6 by 11. So numerators here are 5, 4 and 6. So what is the LCM of 5, 4 and 6? It is going to be 60. And the denominators here is 6, 7 and 11. And nothing is common between 6, 7 and 11. So HCF is equal to 1. So HCF of 6, 7, 11 is 1 and LCM of 5, 4, 6 is 60. So 60 upon 1, answer is turns out to be 60. Now we need to find out the HCF of the fraction. HCF of fraction is equal to HCF of all the numerators divided by LCM of all the denominators. So what are the numerators here? 5, 4 and 6. And what is the HCF of 5, 4 and 6? Nothing is common between all three of them. HCF turns out to be 1. And what is the LCM of 6, 7, 11? Nothing is common. The multiplication of these is going to be the LCM. So 6 into 7 into 11 turns out to be 462. So 1 upon 462 is my HCF. So in case of LCM, we will take the LCM of all numerators of all the fraction divided by HCF of denominator of all the fraction. And in case of HCF, we will take HCF of all the numerators followed by divided by LCM of all the denominators. I hope it is clear to all of you. Right? Next question. So find the respective values of LCM and HCF of the following numbers. What is the number? A part is 24, 36, 54. You need to find out the LCM as well as the HCF of 24, 36 and 54. Just try it. Take 1 minute to solve this question. Just try to solve this question yourself. You need to find out the LCM and HCF of 24, 36 and 54. Three numbers are given. You need to find out their LCM as well as HCF. Just try this question. Okay, let's start. What was the question? Find the respective values of LCM and HCF of the following numbers: 24, 36 and 54. So first, let's get the prime factorization of, let's get the LCM and HCF by using prime factorization. So first get the prime factorization of all of them. So what is the prime factorization of 24? It is going to be 3 square into 2 square. 3 square is 9, 2 square is 4. Sorry. uh, the prime factorization of 24 is 2 cube into 3. It is 8 into 3. 8 3 is 24. And what is the prime factorization of 36? It is going to be 3 square into 2 square. 9 4 is 36. And what is the prime factorization of 54? It is going to be 3 cube into 2. 27 2 is 54. So now we have expressed all of these numbers in powers of prime factors, which is called as prime factorization. So now how to get the LCM and HCF? What we have discussed now, we have discussed HCF is going to be the product of all the common factors of the given numbers, and HCF is going to be the product of all the common factors followed by the product of uncommon factors as well. So first get the LCM. What is the LCM? LCM, or in case, or directly we can say LCM is going to be the highest powers of prime factors, and HCF is going to be the lowest powers of prime factors. For example, how we can get the LCM and HCF also? in this case 24, 36 and 54, three numbers are given to us. So if three numbers are given to us, what and in this case only 2 and 3 are the prime factor which we are using. So what is the highest power of 2 in all these three numbers? So power of 2 in 24 is 3, power of 2 in 36 is 2, and the power of 2 in 54 is 2. So what is the highest power of 2? It is 2 cube. So 2 cube will come in the LCM. So highest power of all the prime factor will come in the LCM. So 2 cube will come in the LCM. And what is the highest power of 3 in all these three numbers? In 24 the power of 3 is 1, in 36 the power of 3 is 2, and in 54 the power of 3 is 3. So what is the highest power of 3? It is 3 cube. So 3 cube will come in the LCM. So 2 cube into 3 cube is going to be 27 into 8, which is 216. Again, in case of HCF, what we are going to do? We are going to take the least power of all these numbers. So what is the least power of 2 in these number? In 24 the power of 2 is 3, in 36 the power of 2 is 2, and in 54 the power of 2 is 1. Which one of them is least? It is going to be 2 to the power 1. So we will take 2 to the power 1, the least one in case of HCF. So, and similarly for 3, what is the least power of 3 in all these three numbers? It is going to be 3 to the power 1. So 2 into 3 is going to be 6 answer. I hope it is clear to everyone. So in case of LCM, we will consider the highest powers of the given prime factors, and in case of HCF, we will consider the least powers. Okay, this is the method to get the answer directly or easily, rather than taking the common factors and so on. Right? So what we will do to get the LCM and HCF, we will first prime factorize the numbers, and prime factorization means expressing the given number in the form of powers of prime factors. And then to get the LCM, we will consider only the highest powers of the given prime factors. And to get the HCF, we will consider the least powers of the given prime factors and multiply them. I hope it is clear. So just have a look at this question. Just try this question. Take 30-40 seconds. Okay. Question here is, if the HCF of two numbers is 14 and the product of the two numbers is 2352, find the LCM of the numbers. What relation we have discussed in where HCF is involved, LCM is involved, and product of two numbers is involved? What is the relation we have discussed? We have discussed that LCM into HCF is equal to product of two numbers. So now we know the HCF is 14, we do not know the LCM, and we know the product of two numbers. So can I say 14 into LCM is going to be 2352? So LCM is going to be 2352 divided by 14, which turns out to be 168. So just the direct formula based questions where we have to do the calculation part only. So here LCM into HCF is product of two numbers, the formula which we have used. HCF here is 14, LCM we do not know, and product of two numbers is 2352. So LCM is going to be 2352 divided by 14, which is 168. I hope it is clear to everyone. Next question. Just try this question. Take 1 minute time. This is a good question. Just take 1 minute time. Okay, let's just start solving it. Just read the question once again along with me. Question is saying, given that the HCF of two numbers is 15 and the product of the numbers is 2700, find the number of such possible pair. So how many pairs of numbers are possible whose HCF is 15 and their product is 2700, which has been asked in the question. So whenever HCF is given, we will now we will not assume number to be A and B. What we will assume number? We will assume number to be product of the HCF into something. So 15A is my first number and 15B is going to be my next number. Why it is so? Because calculation will become easier for us in this case. What we are going to do here, given that HCF of two numbers is 15, so we will consider first number to be 15 into something and other number also 15 into something. Because what is HCF? HCF is something which is common in both the numbers. So 15 has to be there in both the number. Both number has to be the multiple of 15. Then only HCF will come out to be 15. Right thing. What we have discussed, HCF is the highest common factor between them. So 15 has to be common between them, then only 15 will become the HCF. That means both the numbers has to be the multiple of 15. So one of the numbers should be 15 into A and other number should be 15 into B. And one more thing we need to keep in mind in this case, A and B has to be co-prime. Why co-prime? Because whatever be the common between these two numbers, we have already taken it. So what is the common between these two numbers? That is the HCF. Highest common factor was 15. So 15 was common between both of them. We have already taken number to be 15 into something and 15 into something. So 15 common part we have already taken. Now A and B have to be co-prime. They do not have any common part. Because if they will be having any common part, then HCF will change. Suppose A and B will be having 2 as a common part. So now HCF will become 15 into 230, but HCF here is 15. So whatever be the common between them, we have already taken it. So A and B here has to be co-prime. We need to keep this thing in mind. Okay. So how to assume the number? 15 into A and 15 into B. Why 15? Because 15 is the HCF. So both the number has to be the multiple of 15, or 15 has to be there in both the numbers. Now 15 is the maximum common part in both the numbers. So A and B does not have any common part. And if A and B does not have any common part, we can say A and B are co-prime or relatively prime. I hope till now here everything is clear. Okay, so what else is given to us? The product of the number is 2700. So number we have assumed it to be 15A and 15B. Their product is going to be 15A into 15B, which is given as 2700. So what is A into B from here? It is 12. So if A into B is 12, in how many ways can we write 12 as a product of two factors? We can do it directly. We have whatever we have discussed in factors also, or it is a small number. We can do it manually also. So in how many ways can we write A into B is equal to 12? 1 into 12 is 12, 2 into 6 is 12, 3 into 4 is 12. But what we have discussed about A and B has to be co-prime pair. They do not have, should not have anything common between them. Otherwise, our HCF will change. So in 1 into 12 case, nothing is common between them except for 1. So they are co-prime pair. But in case of 2 and 6, 2 is common between both of them. So 2 and 6 pair we will not consider. And between 3 and 4 nothing is common, or they are co-prime pairs. So we will consider only two pairs, 1 12 and 3 4. 2 6 pair will be rejected. Why? Because they are not co-prime pair. It is not a co-prime pair. So answer here is that only two pairs are possible. When A is 1, B is 12, or one of the number will become 15 into 1, other number will become 15 into 12. So numbers we have assumed it to be 15A 15B, not A and B. So if A is 1, number is 15A, which is 15 into 1, and other number at that time is going to be 15B, which is 15 into 12. Similarly, when A is 3, number is 15 into 3 45, and other number is 15 into 4, which is 60. So two possible pairs of numbers are possible where HCF is 15 and the product is 2700. Let me just explain it once again. HCF given here is 15. So if HCF is 15, so 15A and 15B is going to be our number, because numbers contain 15 and the maximum common part between them is 15. So A and B has to be co-prime, or they do not have any common part. Now the product between them is given 2700. So 15A into 15B is 2700, or A into B will become 12. So how 12 can be written as product of two number? 1 into 12, 2 into 6 and 3 into 4. But 2 into 6 case will be rejected because A and B are co-prime, and in 2 and 6, 2 is common between both of them. So our HCF will change. So only two pairs are possible. 15 into 1, 15 into 12 is one of the pair. 15 into 3, 15 into 4 is the second pair. So two pairs are possible. Answer here is option 2, two pairs are possible. I hope it is clear to everyone. Till now, whatever we have discussed, we are going to continue in next part from here only. So next we are going to discuss what are the models of HCF and LCM. Now we have just discussed here is how to solve or how to get the SCF and LCM of the given numbers. We have just got to the that procedure. Now we will see the applications of SCF and LCM and models of SCF and LCM in the next part of this basic of numbers. Thank you.